Hello, my friends. How are you doing? It's so good to see you all. I can see you, even though I can't see you. I can feel your presence. I know you're there. Welcome to the channel. And very soon here, I'm going to pop on magically our good friends, Dana, John, and Kevin. And I think maybe even Mira will make a guest appearance. So I thank you all so much for being here tonight. I know there are people from all over the country, even all over the world. And I'm sorry to my European followers. I know it's 1 a.m. over there. So if any of Europeans are out there, I thank you for staying up late. I have a lot of Australian followers, and I know it's like 5 or 6 in the morning over there. So thank you all for joining us and for following the adventure. The Great Divide was an absolute honor to share with all of you. It was the adventure of a lifetime, but it wouldn't have been as special without my guests that will be popping on in here in 1 second. Yes, people are already telling me this is not my house. You're right. I am going live from New Hampshire right now. I'm at my grandma's house. We are helping her move all of her things, and she's coming to Colorado. So yes, let me know where you're all from. Let us know in the comments here. So the format will be, we're all going to be up here chatting. If you have a question, ask a question. I know there's going to be so many that it's going to be hard to get to them all, but we will try our best to answer everything, and we're just going to have some fun. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, and I want you to make some noise. Who do we have up first? Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the man from the Twin Cities all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota. You might know him as Zigzag. Ladies and gentlemen, dun, 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 we got Kevin. Dun, dun, yeah, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great, Ryan. Doing great. Good to talk to you again, brother.
All right. And now from the Rocky Mountains, I guess the next two guests are both from the Rocky Mountains. Well, we're going to go really close to home, my home, Boulder, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Dana.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Dana. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
And last but not least, the only foreigners to be invited on the Great Divide. I think John's in bed, so we just have Mira for us. Oh,
John, hi, guys.
Hey.
How you all doing?
Oh, so good. So good. John, I love the hat.
Yeah, thanks.
I love it.
Okay, now you can come behind me.
Yeah. So,
hi, you guys. Hi. I've been traveling, so I'm still in a mask.
Okay, good. That's good. Be safe.
Hi, John. I didn't meet you. And Kevin, it's great to see you.
Good to see you again, Xantha.
And Ryan, love you.
Love you. Love you.
Bye.
So Kevin and John and Mira have not seen since the day we left, or maybe they haven't even talked. I don't know. And Dana and Kevin haven't seen each other since
nope.
They split ways. And I haven't seen any of you. And so it's so much fun to have you on board tonight. Let's just each one of you go give us 60 seconds of how has life been since the Great Divide. Kevin, we'll start with you.
Awesome. Life has been fantastic. I've been having a blast editing all the videos from the Divide, so it's fun like reliving it through the videos. And then on top of that now, just getting ready for winter, trying to see what we do to make the most of winter. But yeah, I feel super blessed. Life has been great. Yeah,
well, you were definitely a highlight. People love you. We sent a lot of people to your channel, and they love you, man. So it's so cool to see your channel grow. And thank you all for joining Kevin's YouTube channel. His channel, again, is at Kevin Does, or Kev Does, sorry. And he's going to be creating not only videos of the Great Divide, but a whole lot of other stuff. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on. All right, Dana, how you been doing?
Oh, Ryan. Well, first, thanks for the break. That was awesome. Like doing that ride was amazing. But I got to say, man, I'm deep in the global pandemic and I've been a little challenged. And so, yeah, I'm absolutely doing well. I'm grateful for a million things, but also I've never had to learn so much and grow so much in such a compact amount of time.
Yeah. And so
there you go. Straight up.
Dana owns a few restaurants in Boulder, and that's what she's talking about. It's been very hard to navigate the restaurant opening and closing and being safe and all that stuff. So Dana, I got a question really quick. What can people do from afar to support your business?
Wow. Send money. No, we actually do have a breakfast called 2020, and appropriate, but it's just basically a $20 donation to our employees because we're helping them out as we've laid so many people off. But you can also buy gift cards and like send them to Ryan and Kevin, and he may ride his bike here, and John and Mira, they may ride, but buying gift cards and sending us some love and some good jujus and some great energy and being safe out there.
Yes, and so she owns the Walnut Cafes in Boulder. So your website is www.walnutcafe.what? Com? Is that what it is?
But I really love how you said www.
Yeah, that's what
it's walnutcafe.com.
All right, sweet. And over, we lost John, but we gained a Mira. Mira, how you doing, sweetie? Hi, Mira. Oh, I'm so excited that Mira is with us. Look at her cute little face. Oh, that's the face I saw every morning in my tent. How you doing, guys?
We're doing great. It's winter up here in the Canadian Rockies, and I'm back at work for a little bit, probably until springtime.
Yeah.
And we're our COVID numbers are up again, so people have been misbehaving, I guess, a little bit, or just getting in groups when maybe they shouldn't. But so we're Mira.
Mira's the star of the show. You just gotta let her be there, man.
Yeah. So we're all just trying to deal with that and adapt with that. But yeah, other than that, things are going really well.
So, John, one of the number one questions I got from viewers is, what does John do? How is he able to travel bike for months at a time? Quickly, tell us what you do.
Yeah, I do a couple of different things. I work as a industrial rope access supervisor. So that's using rope techniques, or people would recognize them as climbing techniques in industrial settings to do some work. So that could be on wind turbines, or it could be washing windows or changing lights, or in industrial applications, some maintenance work. And I also work as a guide, as an alpine guide. So that's ice climbing and rock climbing with people. And then I combine those as a mountain safety consultant. So back in February, I was in Africa on Kilimanjaro, working on a Red Bull film, and I do some work like that in between some of the other things. And I can work in blocks of time and then take the time off to go riding with my friends.
Quick question. How does Mira get her exercise when John works? Girl's got to run.
Yeah. Well, when I'm home, she gets a ton. We go biking and skiing and running. And then I have to put her in boarding when I go away to work. I work in blocks of time, so I might be 2 weeks away from her. Last time it was 3 weeks, actually. And so at the dog boarders, they love her there. So she gets lots of stick throwing and ball chasing to keep her exercising.
So, John, a lot of people have found you outside of my video series. They're Googling or they're going through YouTube, and they find this video of you climbing a sheet of ice that just cracks and falls. And it's a pretty viral video. It has almost 2 million views.
Yeah.
So talk about that quickly.
Well, for those that haven't seen it, like you said, you can find it on YouTube.
I want to find it.
What's it called, John? I'll type it in here.
Yeah, maybe give the link to people, or if you did ice pillar collapse, that would do it. Or if you add my name to ice fall, that John Freeman, that'll bring it up. So that footage is pretty old. It's probably 5 or 6 years old. Mm-hmm. And it was just an aesthetic, fragile piece of ice that I thought I wanted to climb, knowing full well that was a possibility. I had no illusions about that. But it's one of those things that happens that people think of, oh, that's what can happen when you go ice climbing. And it never happens. Normally it's a pretty safe sport. And so I ended up taking about an 18 meter, what's that, about 35-foot fall, and then ended up, I guess, 100 meters down the slope, so another 300 feet. And the whole time I'm falling with literally tons of ice around me.
Yeah.
And I knocked the wind out of myself and banged myself up a little bit, and went climbing the very next day.
No, it's an exciting video, man. And, you know, traveling with John, and Kevin could attest to this, John is a very capable outdoorsman in every sense of the word. Lots of times, and I didn't film every moment, but every single rider we met, he essentially fixed all of their bike, he knows everything about camping, all the gear. And so traveling with John, I always feel safer. And after you watch that video, you'll get an idea that, yes, John was doing something very dangerous, but he handled it. He didn't freak out. And I think that's one of the keys to surviving in the wilderness.
Yeah, although you can't do too many of those. Yeah, you only have a few of those in your life. Yeah.
Right. Here's a cool comment. Says, loved Kevin's participation. It was encouraging for us mere mortals that don't get to ride as much as Ryan, Dana, and John. By the way, hello, Kevin, from a former P&G employee at the Tide plant. Kevin, you do a lot more than just biking. You're a great, what do you call it, a bow and arrow guy? What do you archery?
Yeah.
Talk to us about all the other activities you do.
Yeah. So I like to do anything at all that makes life a little more enjoyable. So mostly so far I do archery. I like to camp outside of just bike packing. And then, I mean, I like to try things like right now I'm doing a challenge of push-ups and pull-ups through the month of November every day. So it's a little bit of everything. Anything at all that looks like fun, I'm down. I'm in to do it.
That's awesome, man. And you had a YouTube channel even before the Great Divide.
Yeah.
What's the goal with your channel?
Yeah, the goal is to help people see that those dreams that they have that they kind of just put on the back burner, you got to bring them up in front of you and then chase them actively. So I want to help people see that they can do more than they thought that they could and actually live the life that they want to live. So that's the hope. And I want to do that by me doing it myself. So like I have a bucket list where I'm trying to go and get a whole bunch, 101 bucket list items done in 1,001 days, just to show that, hey, don't let that bucket list that you have, just expire one day or put it out all these years, because we never know when our last day is going to be. So you got to enjoy this life while you can and enjoy it thoroughly. Yeah.
And I mean, your spirit, your attitude, it's shown brightly through the whole adventure on video and in just real life interacting with John and I.
Yeah,
if you want to see more of that, everybody who's watching this, check out his channel at Kev Does on YouTube. There's a lot of good stuff up there. Speaking of a lifetime bucket list of amazing adventures, you've all known this woman. She's been on my channel more than anybody else. Dana has done all sorts of endurance feats and incredible things. And Dana, what inspires you about being outside? Like, why do you love it so much?
Oh man, I mean, any of us that are out there, we know, but it just like takes you out of your body and in your body at the same time. Like, it's like, because you're out of your head, like all that stuff, but then you're just like really present. And that only happens for me when I get outside. Like I really can't find that, like, hanging out in the house or even a gym or on a spin bike, or, I'm super curious about the world, just like all of you are. And I like to be able to see things and look around and, do all of that. And also it's hard to be outside and not be amazingly grateful. Like you're taking a breath and you're, seeing the mountains and seeing the trees and seeing the flowers and all that stuff you show us, Ryan, on your YouTube videos. But yeah, I mean, anybody who, like I always say, if I ride my bike to work, oh my God, my day is so much better. Like anytime you can get outside and get on your bike, so much better. Love it.
Totally love it. And you bike and you climb and you snowboard and you surf. So many activities out there that's really inspiring. I'm seeing the comment section right now just light up with everybody saying, I love Dana.
Wow,
so amazing. So thank you so much, Dana, for just being who you are and joining me in all of these adventures and always saying yes.
So much fun. I can't wait, Ryan. I mean, I haven't been able to surf in 1 year and 2 months. it was in Costa Rica then, but I can't wait to get Ryan out surfing. Won't that be fun?
Yeah, one of these days I will give it a shot.
Yeah, get you in the water.
So I have a good question, and anybody can jump in and ask this, but I like it. How do you balance work with your dreams? And maybe Kevin, John, Dana, my work is creating content. So maybe you guys who have real jobs, but also want to do lots of big things on your free time, which is very valuable and very small. How do you balance all that? Let's start with Kevin.
All right. How do I balance all that? It takes you intentionally stepping out of the comfortable in order to do that. So, for example, I wake up most days well before 6, some days before 5 a.m. to get stuff done. That's to get on a workout. That's to once now the editing videos, start doing that. Before editing videos, start thinking through what I want to do. And then you have all these hours outside of work. I mean, you have 24 hours in a day, 8 to 10 to 12 of them are taken up by work. But then you have the other 12 hours, right? At worst case scenario. Yes, you got to sleep. Sometimes you don't have to sleep all 8, but it comes down to how badly you want it, right? I mean, some people talk all the time about wanting things, but then they don't take the necessary steps to acquire that goal. And you just have to put it on your calendar of this is what I have to do in order to get to where I want to be and actually make it happen.
Dana, remind me of the quote you have about making decisions and follow through.
For more than we are doers, we are decision makers. And once the decision is made, the doing becomes effortless. And I use that all the time.
That's beautiful.
But as far as work goes, I'm a small business owner. And when I first started, it took me a while to get some time off. So then you're kind of cramming in all the adventure and fun. But I mean, for a small business person, I can tell you that one of the things I always say is that if you have to be there all the time, you suck as a manager. So you have to teach people, and you have to empower people, and you have to value people and let them learn and let them do it. Otherwise, especially in a restaurant, if you're there all the time, you either want to be or you're just not willing to let it go because you have to. Although currently I am actually working more, than I want to be, but also it's time for leaders to lead, as I have been saying. So, I'm really glad that I'm the one that is there right now in this super challenging time to be making those decisions that are just like, bam, bam, bam. We got to be super nimble right now as a small business.
So Dana is very humble, but I think one of the biggest struggles she's been having right now isn't so much for her own financial well-being, but she wants all of her employees to be taken care of. And she's worked with some of these people for 20 years, and she hates to see them not have work. If Dana has to close a cafe, what do all of them go do? And I think that's a problem we're going to have around the world is people losing their livelihoods. And Dana has gone out of her way, and Xantha, to help these people in whatever way that she is able. So Dana, thank you for being, so generous and beautiful in the community of Boulder and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, you've been adventuring for many, many years. You've been a cyclist for a long time. Let's hear a little bit about your cycling background and when you got into being outside.
Well, I've always been outside as a kid. I'd, play with friends in the forest or in a little swamp and catch frogs.
Yeah.
Definitely it was a free range kid. And canoeing, all those kind of things that you do up here in Canada or anywhere you have, outdoors to go and play in. And I think it was probably later in high school, I got into cycling with a friend, and that led to racing. And that was sort of the focus for a long time. And when sort of the sparkle came out of that, I sort of put cycling aside for a little while and tried some other sports. But eventually I came back to it as a means to travel. And sort of been on and off. And it's funny, when I was cycling when mountain bikes first came onto the market, and I remember borrowing one from a shop that I used to go to. And what we do now as bike packing, I thought that's what they were for. But then I realized I was sort of, the marketing kind of pushed me into thinking, well, they're not. They're for racing, and suspension came in. But I always thought they were a vehicle for travel and exploration and places where you wouldn't normally go, these dirt roads and small towns, like Basin, Montana, or Ovando, or wherever we happen to go. So that's sort of my cycling, I guess. Yeah.
So people, my eyes are like looking at all the questions because I want to like pay attention to all the viewers, but I'm also listening to you. So if it looks like I'm distracted and I'm not listening, it's because that's kind of the truth. But I want you all to like glean from the wisdom from these wonderful people. A lot of the questions I'm seeing are, John, when did you start bike packing with a dog, and when did Mira come into the picture?
I started bike packing and dog packing almost at the same moment. I had a dog, a different dog. His name was Melon, and I traveled to Spain, and I didn't want to leave him at home, so I figured out with some internet searches and a little bit of riding around in a park that I could use a trailer and my mountain bike. And so we flew to Spain and spent 4 months there riding around, and it went well. We both learned how to do it, as you do, right? You just take your time and see what works. And then we made a couple of trips around the Rockies and actually back to Spain one more time. And the trip that I met you on, I was going to do that with Melon, I guess 3 years ago.
So quick, I just want to say, if not everybody knows, John and I met in January on the Baja Divide in the middle of nowhere, just randomly. John rode up to me and said, "Hey, Ryan, what's up?" And I was like, "Hi, buddy." And John had watched some of the videos. And from that moment on, we rode for the next week and we stayed in touch. And then he popped into the Great Divide and now we're friends for life. But that's how it happened. And that just goes to show like how small this bike packing world is. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So, and then, kind of a sad ending to that story. Melon was hit by a vehicle, and for anyone that's lost a dog, whether old age or all of a sudden, that they're so intertwined with your life. It's really a traumatic experience. It's almost like losing a human. They're with you all the time and your adventures, and Melon would come climbing with me, and he was, had a great personality, and I'd been bike packing with him. And there was a bit of a time when I didn't have a dog. Maybe it was about a month or 2 months. And then I decided I would get another dog. And that's when I found Mira. And so it was just to be that she was going to come dog packing. Mm-hmm. And so I went back to Spain again. And the youngest, or I guess the earliest that you can take a dog internationally is 3 months. And so just after she got to 3 months and had her shots and all the medical necessities, she was in a crate, and we were flying back to Spain for another 3 or 4 months. And so it was an adventure for that puppy, and it's been ever since. So it's probably been, I guess, 6 years now, 6.5 years that I've been traveling on a bike with a dog in backcountry areas.
So if you don't follow John and Mira on Instagram, do it. The handle is at Mira_la_Pera. It's linked in all of the videos. And if you scroll way down, you can see videos of cute Mira when she was teeny, and they are just heartwarming. So go follow John and Mira, and it'll bring a smile to your face every single day, I promise. And John, as you're talking right here, we're getting lots of "I love John and Mira's," "I love John and Mira's," blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. You guys might be the 3 most beloved bike packers on the planet right now.
I feel that.
Yeah. And so, Kevin, this was your first big trip.
Yeah.
Of this distance, of this difficulty level. A lot of the comments on my videos were, "Kevin is so inspiring. Kevin's given me the confidence to go out and tackle something like this. Talk a little bit about that and your mindset going into this, and your mindset maybe even after day one, because day one, and we didn't mean to do this, day one was very difficult.
That kicked my butt day one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I also saw a question about prep beforehand. So I rode a little bit beforehand, but honestly, I didn't do much prep for this. Part of it was, Ryan and I talked about it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before I was leaving or something like that. So I honestly didn't have that much time to do all this ramp up and training and everything to go on. I just kind of relied on just base fitness from other activities. So that was that answer. So, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew there was going to be some tough days, but my first day or two were by myself. So I was kind of hoping that would acclimate me and get me ready. But then, like these guys just alluded to, that first day with John and Ryan was hard. 2 passes or 3? 2 or 3 passes.
Probably some of the most difficult terrain.
Oh,
most of the roads, as you saw, were just flat dirt roads. But the day Kevin joined, that first day, was a lot of loose, chopped up, very, very steep, rocky terrain. And on Kevin's gravel bike, skinnier tires, it's just way harder.
Yeah. No, but it was good. It was still a real fun experience. It was fun. Honestly, you guys, Ryan and John, thank you guys, because you guys waited a lot for me. So that definitely made it easier, because I know the first couple of days, I don't know how many people know this, but Ryan, it was in your video where John took all of my bags and put them in Mira's little basket on, I think that was like past 2.5 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like that. And we ran into this super chunky off-road hill that looked like it just went up forever. And I just had like all my air and energy sucked out of me. John saw that and he was like, Kevin, just throw your bags in my back. Let me try to help you. And I don't know how he made it up. It was 18%. I'll never forget that. 18% hill, 18% grade for I don't know how long. But anyways, overall, my mentality was stuff had to get done. We had to move on. We had to keep biking. So even if it hurt, I know that there's a point where you're going to get hurt and sustain injury, and I never reached that. So as long as you don't reach that, you can always keep pushing.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. We're going to start with Dana. For me, one of the most magical things about the Divide, besides the amazing terrain and the scenery, were the people we met. And all 3 of you, got to meet some amazing people and experience trail magic. Dana, talk to us about your favorite moment. I know we met a few different people on the trip. And even on the past trips, we've always ran into people that just give you faith in humanity.
It always happens. Always. Well, that was pretty amazing when we just kept riding and riding and riding, and it was looking for that camp spot. And there's barbed wire on both sides of the road. And we had so many places where we thought we just it'd be a little sketchy, but we would just kind of scurry on into the woods somewhere. But that was super magical when finally I just kept feeling like something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And we just never gave up until we found that magic. And that was the hippie camp. What was that?
Camp Indigo was called, near Hartselle, Colorado.
Man, that was so incredible.
Yeah.
Like pulling up there and, it's like there's 5 people there and they're like, Ryan, Dana, it was just like so crazy. And then to just have like such a beautiful experience, with those folks, that was road magic. That was so amazing.
Yeah. And everybody watching, not everybody, but most people watching have probably experienced road magic. And it's what motivates us to travel, maybe not even on a bike, but just to travel. It's fun to connect with other humans and learn about different cultures. And, John and I met people in Baja in the middle of nowhere. And it's always those experiences that just make the world feel a little bit smaller and a little bit friendlier. Because if you watch the nightly news, man, it's negative and it's scary. And you go to bed wondering what's going to happen to humanity. But then you get on your bike or you run or you travel, and it just makes the world just feel like it's giving you a big hug. Yeah. John, talk about the couple that in Montana that we met that day. And you actually went back and stayed with them for a night. Talk about that couple who give everything away for free, food, lodging, everything. They are pure magic.
Yeah, they are magic. That's Barbara and John.
Yep.
And they have, it's alternately called the Lucky Llama or the Lost Llama Ranch. And they have a few alpacas and a pair of llamas. And they're right on the Divide route, just at the bottom of a hill if you're headed south. And they provide free lodging and free food and drink to any Divide riders passing by. And all that they ask for this warmth, I mean, there's a beer fridge, sandwiches. When they found out you were a vegetarian, Barbara quickly made a sandwich that, you know, would meet your dietary restrictions. They all they ask is that we pay it forward, that we pass on that good energy to the people that we meet, whether on the road or in our lives. And it was really nice to go back, and John and I did a little bit of mountain biking, and we worked on a fence in there, and yeah, it was a real treat. And I got to meet some of the people in the valley, some of their neighbors. We went out for dinner on the other side of the pass in another valley one night, and yeah, they're definitely a really special couple that I'm happy I wouldn't have met, you know, and we didn't even know they were there. Apparently, they're quite famous, and you were just doing some filming.
Yeah, so I think most people that do the Great Divide research it for years, and they know everything that's coming. John and I didn't do any of that. We didn't know what was coming down the road. And so that day we were riding, and we see these signs, and it's like, you know, bike lodging, whatever. And I was just filming, and I was just going to be like, wow, these people seem really cool. And we were just going to go on our way. And Barbara came running out. Hey, guys, like, come on in. And we're like, oh, okay, sure. We had no intention of stopping there. Ended up stopping for a few hours that day. And again, it was pure magic. Kevin, who was your favorite person on the route?
Oof.
Besides my brother.
Your brother was awesome. That's so true. There was, I'm trying to think. It may have to be, so Dana, your friends, I'm blanking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry, but
yeah.
So these are people,
Colleen.
Yeah. They were stunning. That's just the last people I can remember, because she opened up her home to me and didn't know me at all. I mean, Dana just texted her and said, hey, I have a good friend passing through your town, and can he stay with you? And she said, yeah, come on. And we chatted for hours. She was such a beautiful soul. So that's the last person that I remember that really helped me on the Divide, and I was so grateful for that. But yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome for sure.
It was definitely fun.
Somebody just said, don't forget about Bjorn. We met Bjorn, John.
Bjorn.
Kevin ended up riding with Bjorn.
Yeah.
Have those videos come out, Kevin? Yeah.
The one did yesterday, but it's super focused about Bjorn, unfortunately. But yeah, we rode together in the last video that came out yesterday.
Cool. A lot of people in the comment section are worried about your butt, Kevin. How's your butt?
Oh, my butt. Hey, my butt is doing much better. I did try another saddle. I'm just gonna keep testing until I find the right one. But that one that I tried, the Volt, definitely helped me finish the rest of the Divide. Thank you guys for being concerned. I appreciate that.
I just see another comment here about the doggy ice cream girl. That girl was so proud.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And I said this in the video. Most of the times we meet somebody, you know, the humans kind of have their interaction, and Mira just kind of waits patiently. But that one was all about Mira. She loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep. Does anybody use any butter or anything? I think this has to go along with the butt issues.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah. John does.
Yeah.
I like unsalted butter. That's the best kind. I rub it on my feet and then in my chamois. And then yeah, I do.
Okay, let's go with our favorite, like, physical beauty. What was your favorite moment of the trip that just made you just almost shed a tear? I had a few for sure. Dana, we'll start with you.
Well, you really captured it in the video, but it may not have been like the most stunning vista that we had, but for me, it held such a beautiful place in my heart. And that was when, we met up with my pal Cynthia, and then I spread my brother's ashes, or, let him go there at Breckenridge. And it just meant so much to me. And we spent so much time when we were kids, skiing in Breckenridge all the time. And to be up on Borez Pass and look back at the slopes there, and you just kind of get that energy of the memories that you have. And so that for me was a really beautiful moment. It was so gorgeous, and just I feel super connected with him and with love and energy in general when I'm sharing him with the world like that physically.
Yeah. And I know that part was powerful for a lot of people. I'm seeing it in the comments. Everybody's writing Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. And you've talked about Rocky before and your brother. And we all have a connection to somebody alive or even who has passed. It just gives us that constant inspiration. And that is Rocky for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, Kevin. Try to top that.
Oh, sorry. I gotta go. Someone's calling me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go all emotional on you.
No, that definitely. I know I teared up when I was watching that in Ryan's video. That was definitely a powerful moment. So thanks for sharing that with us. There's a lot of different moments that stick out in my head. One of them was, Ryan, the descent that we did on the day into Kremlin. I forget what that little town was, but that I don't remember the name of it. It had like a little ferry ride and everything. And I wish I remember. Anyway, the day into Kremlin, it was that whole descent. You saw this beautiful mountain and then this awesome lush town in the middle of this valley with all this water after we finished like riding through nothing for a while. So it was stunning. In general, Colorado was beautiful. What else? Oh, also the day that we did, I did the century and we did the 93 miles. That was the day that it went up and down. It went from middle of nothing desert to then like stunning. You had a little more views towards the end of it. And then at the end of the day, for me, like seeing that go 99.9 to tick to 100, that's something that'll always stick in my head for the rest of my life.
And a lot of people were cheering you on in that moment, which was really cool.
Yeah.
You talked about this at the end of my video in the voiceover, saying that, when I'm out there, I feel like everybody's out there with me. And I really do, because we're sharing this moment with thousands and thousands of people. But Kevin, you may have forgotten something else very magical before you hit 100 miles, maybe at mile 80, the wild horses.
Oh, yeah. I remember the wild horses. Absolutely. I remember the wild horses. I stopped. We were just riding along, and I don't know where these horses just started cutting across our thing, and then you take out the drone and got that beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Yeah. John, and actually, can we get Mira back up here? People are asking for Mira.
Mira. Come here, come on.
Come on, Mira. It's Ryan. I'll throw you a stick.
I know. There's Ryan.
Hi, Mira. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, look, you're so cute. I love that dog. John, what about your favorite natural wonder you saw?
Yeah, natural wonders. It didn't take me more than a split second to think about the wild horses. The Great Basin is a fairly hard section, even though it's pretty flat. There's long miles and it can be dry, but that was really special to see those multiple herds of wild horses. Yeah. And they crossed our path, and it was great to be able to for you to be able to capture that on video so that we can share that with, because a lot of those moments, you're not able to capture in a way. Well, you are, but just generally they're hard to capture to be able to share with people. And I think with the drone, you were quick enough to get that out there. That was that's incredible. So it's nice to be able to relive that through the video.
Yeah, I know some people were concerned that the drone was scaring the horses. And in my mind, I don't think I was. The drone was way above the horses, and it's pretty quiet. And they were taking off anyway, so it's not like the drone was making them run. They were already moving away. But I do try to be mindful of not disturbing wildlife with whatever we're doing, whether it's the drone or just being loud
Or Mira.
or Mira, definitely. Because we're out there, we're sharing their world. We're the guests in their ecosystem, and we try to respect that. Oh, look, I've got another dog.
I know.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that cute. Hey, Kevin, go get your cat.
Hey, just to that point, Ryan, I can assure people that those horses were already at full gallop.
Yeah.
You could support that too, Kevin. They were at full gallop, coming at an angle to the road and then crossed in front of us.
Right.
Before we even got sort of really very close to them at all. So it wasn't the drone that had scared them to be running.
Yeah.
They were already at full gallop.
Yeah.
So there's a quick question. I'll answer it quickly. How many hours of post-production did you log on this? Kevin might even be able to talk to this point as well. Well, I got home in mid-August, and I essentially worked 5 days a week to get the 25 episodes up. It was my job for the past 3 months, essentially all day. Maybe not 40 hours a week, but very close. Creating videos of this caliber just takes a lot of time. And I love doing it, but it's definitely a time-intensive process. And everybody keeps asking me, when is John going to create a YouTube channel? And people have also asked us about doing that. Do you guys have any desire to do a YouTube channel, or are you happy with me just making your videos?
You go, Dana.
I'm pretty happy, Ryan. You do a really amazing job of documenting all my amazing adventures. But, sometime, maybe when I retire and I'm just having fun, which I picked a new date now. It's 2/22/22 because I like all the twos. But, really, I see how much time that it takes you. And, mine would just be really ridiculous and never polished or anything fun. And I don't know. I'm not ruling it out, but not now.
Yeah. John, you have a GoPro. You document to a degree. Most of it goes on your Instagram. Maybe someday I'll help you make a film or something. But as far as the YouTube channel, what do you think?
I mean, I really appreciate how both you and Kevin are sharing these videos. That's how I knew who you were in Baja, because you had been sharing this stuff with people, with a wider community. And that's really nice to see that interaction with people that not so much just the recognition, but they're very appreciative when they meet you in real life. And I see comments. People are very appreciative of both of you guys being able to show them another side of the world, and so positive. It's of a tone that families can watch it. It's really great to be able to share with everyone. That's inspiring. The amount of work, however, is something, I enjoy riding, and so I don't know if it'll happen. I mean, I've seen the comments. I would start out very simple, not much different than what I post on Instagram. But you never know. We'll see. We don't know what the future is going to hold, but I just got to say to the audience that watches your films, you've already alluded to the amount of time. It's incredibly time intensive, and to have a narrative, a story to be able to share, because we all have seen videos on YouTube that are just boring footage of beautiful places. I know that's hard to imagine, but to be able to see the people and the interactions and this this community that I'm seeing here on the screen, to be able to share those interactions with a wider audience is a real gift. So you guys have set a pretty high bar. I don't think I could meet that. So we'll see.
Well, as long as we just keep inviting you in on adventures here and there, we get to see you, and I think we'll all be happy. We'll find our balance. Oh, look at her! I miss her so much.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Also, I got to train. I don't have time. I got to train to keep up with you guys. So I was thinking, you know, we're talking about the time commitment. Like there are some things that I've done with you that I've trained a lot, you know, and for the most part, I'm always, you know, riding kind of like all of you. But yeah, sometimes I know what's coming and yeah, I'm putting some time on the bike.
Yeah. So I just want to say something about Mira. I've always liked dogs. We had some family dogs growing up, but I wouldn't ever call myself a dog person until I met Mira. And Mira has really opened my heart up in a way to love dogs that I never had before. So thank you, John, for sharing Mira with me. We have like the perfect personality. She's a total goofball, and I love Mira with all my heart. Like I feel protective of her, and you know, when I see other dogs now, I think I'm much more, you know, loving to these other dogs because of her. Look at her. She can hear me. She's so funny. And maybe Kevin, you can speak to that as well. You know, you got to know Mira a little bit, and you came home to some new cats, and this was all new to you.
Oh,
Yeah, we got 2 cats. Well, now there's one. One ran away, unfortunately. But overall, I'm going to say I'm not a dog person, mostly because of the upkeep. But Mira is a fantastic dog, and I was really happy that she was on the trip. I mean, she was great. I mean, John, you did a great job of training her, and she's chill when she wants to be chill. When she gets to run around and play, she does it, and it's really funny. Puts a smile on your face. So yeah, she definitely is a great dog. My cats, I try to call them or get them to fetch, but they don't. They just kind of look at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm just gonna keep chilling here, do my thing. But maybe one day I'll teach them to fetch.
Yeah, sure. John, what do you have planned for the future? I know you're working a lot right now, and you're saving your money for something big. Can you tell us?
yeah. How much do you want to know about that?
Well, I mean, however much you want to share.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be traveling again. So that's right. I'm working mostly in northern Alberta until the springtime, and then we'll see what happens globally with borders and COVID numbers. One of the things we dealt with, I think all of us dealt with, is we didn't want to be someone that was spreading this disease. And then also we needed to respect border restrictions or travel restrictions. But if that all went away tomorrow, then the plan would be to return back to Mazatlan, which was the furthest, or close to the furthest that had been south, in Mexico, retrace some of the riding that I'd done before. And then our goal, Mira and I, is to ride on all 7 continents, and mostly on dirt, and hopefully a lot of that with all of you, and or y'all. Is that
From the south, man.
Yeah, and so we're gonna ride south till we can't ride south anymore, and then we'll ride north till we get home. So that's probably that's about 5 years of riding, and so there's a lot of logistics to that, especially in that cold, lonely continent down there in the south. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Mira will come for most of that riding, and then where she's not able to because of restrictions, then I've had some offers from some close friends, even Barbara and John.
Oh wow!
And or Ryan, but you probably
send her to me, man. I'm Uncle Ryan.
That she can stay with. So that would be that's our plan. If everything goes the way we all hope, right? That we can get back to some sort of semblance of normal, and people can be more secure in their work life and then in their health, you know. But yeah, for now I just keep riding the bike on the trainer there, and out fat biking in the snow and those kind of things until springtime.
That's awesome, man. And I can't wait to meet you in different places around the world.
Yeah.
As you were speaking, a lot of people were saying, how are you going to avoid, this is for all of us, spreading the virus, because travel is going to inherently do that, even if we're asymptomatic or whatever. I have kind of grounded myself since coming back from the Great Divide. I don't have anything planned. I'm sorry. You're going to be getting a lot more backyard videos. Nothing planned right now until it's safe to hit the road again, essentially. And I think that goes for all of us. Is that correct? We're all kind of just chilling for a bit.
Yeah, I'm actually flying every 2 weeks for work, and the work that I'm doing is quite a distance away. I'm traveling a couple of hours by air, and so from the moment I leave home, I have COVID precautions that I have to keep in mind. So at work, I wear a mask all the time. We are social distancing. The food that's provided to us is under a protocol to try and limit the spread, and they're quite thorough on contact tracing, and there's a testing regime that goes on, or enforced quarantines. So when I'm not at work in that kind of bubble, I do limit my social contact basically to Mira and some close friends, and that's kind of it.
Mm-hmm. Good, right on. John is a rule follower.
Canadian.
Sometimes. Somebody said that being a YouTuber is an essential service. Maybe in some ways, yeah. Because I know a lot of people watched all of these videos and said, they were locked down in Australia or in Europe, and that these videos gave them an outlet, and it was just so positive. And so it's been nice to be able to provide the world some positive content during a somewhat dark time all over the world, not just in the United States. So that's been really it's been an honor to be able to do that. Dana, do you have anything planned? And then we'll hear from Kevin.
Well, we were going to take a road trip at Thanksgiving. We had plans to drive out to Palm Springs, Xantha and I, but we changed that because of what they said. We shouldn't meet with multiple families or anything. And man, it's getting sketchy, isn't it? Like, the numbers are super spiking. So, kind of like John, like when it's safe to do so, like he has to travel for work now, and so does Xantha for some work. She went out and got a job after, all this stuff happened with the restaurants. But my first trip, I think I would love to get back to Costa Rica. Like, it's just been a long time since I've been able to surf or to be at the ocean. And, that just sounds like it'd be good for my soul. So I hope to get to Costa Rica, maybe my first trip.
That's awesome. Kevin?
I've got a couple trips in the works, but they're all I'm going by myself and then doing something by myself with one other person. So it's one of those things where I get tested before and I get tested when I get back, and then don't really see anyone outside of that. So, I'm still trying to run. I'm still trying to bike, still trying to ride in the trainer, but yeah, trying to follow the rules as best as possible. And it's tough even now for Thanksgiving and Christmas. In the Hispanic communities, and I'm sure a lot of other communities, it's like family is huge, and we're used to huge, like 20, 30, 40 people in a house. And you look forward to that every year because that's the only time that you see some people every year. So you got to do what you got to do now to limit that spread.
John, there's a question from Tracy. Is John married or have a special someone in his life?
Ooh.
John? Yeah, Mira. No, Mira, fine.
Yeah, Mira.
Yeah, okay, good answer. Good answer.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah. Mira's the special person in my life too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We've kept people for almost an hour, and I know you guys have busy things going on. It's you have families and things going on. I don't want to keep you too long. But I just wanted to thank you three and the thousands of all of you out there around the world for following this adventure. It really was one of the great honors of my life to share this with you and to have this channel and to have this outlet. and to call this my job, and to call these people my friends. And, you know, Kevin is now a close friend. I didn't know Kevin all that well before this, but when you do something this intense for this long, you really get to know somebody. And Kevin's one of the good ones. And you're going to see more of Kevin down the road, whether it's on my channel or his channel. You're going to see John and Mira. Of course, you're going to see Dana. And all of the comments that you wrote on the videos, every time I read those, I feel like my heart gets bigger. It's like the Grinch, even though I'm not the Grinch, but you know, the cartoon where his heart starts growing. I feel that every time it uploaded a video, and I thank you all so much for watching. It's really a pleasure. So I'm just going to leave it on that note. And if you guys want to say something to the audience, to the people out there in Duzer land.
I do.
Okay, go Dana.
Well, first, I hope that maybe, I mean, it's possible I might see you two guys at Ragbri.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about Ragbri.
Yeah, if Ragbri is happening, I have a pretty big birthday coming up. It's an O birthday. So, yeah, I'm hoping that happens. And then, yeah, Ryan, you really have created something incredibly special on your channel. I mean, when we know you as a person, yeah, you're really so authentic, and that really is who you are. But thank you for creating all this content and inspiring so many of us and just sharing the love. You know, I got nothing but mad love for you.
I love you too, Dana. And it's you know, it wouldn't be my channel without the other people on it. You know, if it was just me in every single video, it would get boring pretty quick. How many times can I sing ole, 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 ole? What's going on there?
Yeah, those are the exact sentiments that I have for you up here as well, Ryan and Kevin and Dana. Yeah.
Again, Ryan, thanks for initiating this. So it was, I mean, you're awesome in your videos, but then again, as someone alluded to, in person, you're a really great person, just in general. And you attract people like John and Dana to your lives. And John and Dana, I feel so blessed to have gotten to meet you guys. I mean, John, the conversations that we had and your mechanic skills, but then also just in general, your outlook on life has transformed me in a really positive way. And then Dana, something that I'll never forget. I don't know if you told this to me or I saw it on Ryan's video, but you said something about like, yeah, today's a day. We've never seen this one before.
Yeah.
That outlook, when I tell you every day or every time I'm going through something tough or every time I'm like, oh, I just want to sit on the TV and not watch something. Like, I've never seen this day before.
Nope.
I'm never going to see it again. How do I take advantage of it? Like I have to enjoy that. So thank you for that, Dana. I love that positivity. Yeah. So Ryan, thank you for creating this community. Thank you for inviting us all into the community and inspiring us to be better people. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. I didn't mean this to become let's talk about how amazing Ryan is moment, but hey, I'll take it. You guys are all wonderful, and we're gonna end this now, and it's been about an hour. This is not the last you're gonna see of us. We're gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. We're gonna find something to put on this channel when we can safely travel again. And once again, to the worldwide audience out there, I thank you with all of my corazón, with my heart, for just being with us. If you want to follow John's adventures, it's at Mira Lapera. We'll put that in the description. Kev does on YouTube. He's also on Instagram. And also Dana has an Instagram at Dana D. Boulder. Love you guys so much. Love all of you. Big hugs. Abrazos. And
te quiero, familia, te quiero.
Maybe we should finish off with an ole. What do you think?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Ole. 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 Ole.